Welcome everybody to another great episode of the Alford Sports Talk Show. I'm Alan, and today we have a wonderful show for you. We have none other than Rob Storey, the Executive Vice President of Nokona American Baseball Gloves. That's right. I was able to go ahead and visit Nokona, Texas, stop by the wonderful Nokona Baseball Gloves Factory. I was able to interview Rob Storey right on site, right at the factory, the Nokona American Baseball Glove Factory. You're going to go ahead and get a chance to learn a lot about Nokona baseball gloves, Rob Storey, their family story, and a whole lot more right here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. I'm going to bring Rob Storey on in just a few moments. But before we do that, let's go ahead and thank our wonderful sponsor. Let's thank Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. Feel free to visit Chef G's right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. And if you can't come down to Tampa, that's quite all right. Feel free to visit my great friend Chef G's right here at flbbqsauce.com. Again, it's flbbqsauce.com. Don't forget that great sauce. So without further ado, let's bring on Rob Storey from the Nokona Baseball Gloves. Let's go. All right, welcome everybody to another great episode of the Alford Sports Talk Show. I'm doing something really different today and cool. I'm here at the Nokona factory, and this is going to be awesome. You're going to learn a lot about the Nokona factory, their gloves, and a lot more. We're here with Rob Storey, and let's start right there. Talk about your journey from starting from where you're at to where you're at now.
Certainly. So you're in Nokona, Texas. That's Nocona, and the name of our company is Nokona, Nokona. This is our 90th anniversary of making ball gloves. We started making the gloves in 1934, and through the years we've had our ups and downs, but we are now the only ball glove factory left in the United States, and I've been doing it about 45 years or so now. So, been an interesting career.
Yeah, and then you started out with your family, Bob Storey. Talk about your grandfather's journey to leading to your opportunity.
Certainly. So our company started actually in 1926, so we'll be celebrating our 100th anniversary as a company here in a couple of years. And when we first started, my great-grandfather was a baker here in our little town of Nokona. And he somehow ended up owning, or the bank owned, this little purse factory. And so he started running that, and about that time, my grandfather, Bob Storey, moved to town and met my grandmother, the banker's daughter, and one thing led to another. They became married, and then the Great Depression hit. In the Great Depression, people didn't want to buy wallets and purses. They just had no need for it because they didn't have any money. So my great-grandfather looked to my grandfather and he says, "Would you like to go work for the company, and let's try to make something different?" And he knew that my granddad had played baseball at Rice University down at Houston. Mm-hmm. So he offered him a job, and he said, "Let's make ball gloves." So it took 3 or 4 years to figure that out, but in 1934, we made our first ball glove. Next year, we made a football, and the year after that, a football helmet entirely out of leather. But the one constant from that point on has been the baseball gloves, baseball softball gloves.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how I got a chance to just tour the factory, how many people you have, passionate people working here to make an awesome product. Talk about the employees that you have here to make such a wonderful glove.
Well, it all goes back to the employees, and particularly the Nokona story, because my granddad had been making gloves for about 30 years or so when in the 1960s, some of our competitors started moving to Asia, particularly Okinawa, Japan, for cheaper labor. And my granddad was in his 60s at the time, and we're in a small town, so we have people working for us that have been lifelong friends. We have family members working here, and he didn't want to close down the factory like every other manufacturer did ultimately, just to save a few bucks. So he just kind of put his foot down and said, "We're not going to import, and if I had to, I would just take a bucket of worms and go fishing." He didn't want to have to get rid of anybody. So the people here in Nokona, the little town here, they are the heart of the company and have been, like I say, going back to 1926. It's because of that decision to not import, we've kind of gone off on a separate path, so to speak. We're a smaller company in relation to the Wilsons and the Rawlings of the world, but I wouldn't trade it for anything, because It's allowed us to keep our company going here in this small town. We've had thousands of local citizens work for us. So it's truly kind of the backbone and the backstory of our whole company.
Yeah, and that's amazing that you still have a product that's completely made here in the United States, and people take that to heart. Talk about that fact that it's made in the USA.
Well, obviously, it's our big selling card is that we are USA made. For many years, it didn't seem to matter to the public, but over the past, I'd say 25 years or so, people have really had more of an interest in coming back to our roots of the United States and having the gloves and products that are made in the States. So it's who we are. We are, as we say, the American glove, and couldn't be happier. We were invited to the White House in 2019 as a part of the American Showcase that they had at the time, where they would choose one company from each of the 50 states that were making products in those states. And so we were invited to go to the White House along with 49 other American-made companies and show our products. And we were super honored that year to represent the state of Texas.
Wow, that's amazing achievement. I saw some of the pictures. Talk about how did that make you feel internally that you were the only company in the entire state of Texas to represent all 50 states?
We were so honored, and all I could think of was my granddad and my dad, who had passed at the time, and what they would feel like knowing that all that hard work that they put in, and all the other people that have worked for us through the years, all that hard work was finally being recognized, and so it was almost surreal.
Yeah, and it's hard work that has a purpose. Like, what I love about Nokona is that you always are looking for ways to make the glove more creative, even better.
Yes.
Talk about that process of tailoring your stuff more to the client.
Certainly. We have really put an emphasis over the past, I would say 15 years at least, in being innovative and offering something unique, something different. We're starting to use a lot of exotic leathers. We have different models now that the construction's almost entirely different in the way that we stitch the gloves together. Some are completely hand stitched together. And we're looking and trying to improve the glove all the time. We have a number of pros that wear our gloves, and so we're always trying to make a better glove and enhance that experience for our customers. And we do a lot of custom gloves, and our customers can literally pick from thousands of choices and come up with unlimited combinations if they want a glove made here in the United States.
Yeah, and is that really the selling point compared to the other competitors that are out there? The fact that you can customize it so much.
It's a big part of what we do, but we still obviously have a full line of what we call stock gloves, and those gloves, we literally design those lines in series to encompass everyone from, let's say, a 6-year-old that's playing t-ball all the way up to the pros. So, and like when we break in our gloves, we do so with those folks in mind, so that each segment's going to get something that's going to serve them well and be the best performance glove they can get.
Yeah, and I know the pros are going to ask me, how does it compare quality-wise when it's all customized versus some of the competitors?
Well, obviously, I'm probably not the person to ask about that, but I think that the materials that we put into the gloves, obviously, are superior, or the best that you can get. We do some things like when some of our threads are heavier, we just make sure that we don't cut any corners. And then you couple that with the fact that we've got American-made craftsmen here, and it's a very unique type craft to build a ball glove. We're really happy that we've got a decent foothold in the MLB now with some really good players, and they recognize quality and the fact that it's made in the United States.
Yeah, it's astounding. I was really impressed of how it goes through 3 inspections, and it's vigorous, that it's detailed, that if it's not done properly, you hate to waste it, but you scratch and start all over.
Yeah, that's right. We're not going to let anything go out of here that's a second or something like that. It's got to be right when the customer gets it. And if there is some problem, we pride ourselves in our customer service. Not only we're the only company in the world that will take a Nokona glove or in anybody else's glove, and if they need to have it relaced or something like that, we offer that service. We get gloves back, particularly Nokona gloves, that may have been purchased 30, 40, 50 years ago, passed down from grandfather to son, now to a grandson or a granddaughter, and we're the only company in the world that you can actually send your product back to the factory, being a ball glove factory, and get that service worked on.
Yeah, I saw them relacing the glove back there, and it's not something that's that easy. It's a tough process.
Oh no, it's there's probably nothing really easy out there, and sometimes I laugh at, people will say, well, do you know how to lace a glove? Well, yeah, but not near as well as our craftsmen. There's these people are just something else back here.
I know you're enjoying this wonderful content just as much as we are right here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. We're going to take a quick little break and discuss something that's really cool about Tampa, Florida and Nokona, Texas that they both share in common. What does Nokona, Texas and Tampa, Florida have in common? Guess what? None other than my great friend Curt McCrae of CTC Me Mortgage. That's right. Curt McCrae can help you refinance or buy a new home even if you don't have a large down payment. Curt McCrae has you covered. Just go ahead and visit ctcmemortgage.com. Again, that's ctcmemortgage.com, or you can go ahead and call or text my great friend Curt McCrae directly at 346-527-7564. Again, that's 346-527-7564. Let Curt McCrae know that you heard all about him right here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. So without further ado, let's continue on with this wonderful content of the Nokona baseball gloves. Let's go.
Yeah, and for people who don't know about Nokona, explain to them some of the options they can get, like the exotics.
Okay, certainly. So we have always prided ourselves in being a little bit different. I mean, obviously we've, back in the day, everybody had a tan glove and they had a black glove. Well, in the 60s and then into the 70s, we started offering different combinations of leathers. One of them, for instance, in the 60s was kangaroo skin. And kangaroo skin was something we kind of stumbled onto, but we found out that it was an extremely strong type of leather. The tensile strength's 2 to 3 times stronger than cowhide. And so kangaroo has probably been a part of what we've done now for, like, say, 55 years or so. But then kangaroo, and then a number of years ago we introduced American bison. Now in our custom line, you can get anything from American alligator, Cayman alligator, elephant, giraffe, shark, just even stingray. And each time that we're making it, we're making it so that we're having an emphasis on performance, but it also allows the customer to have something that's unique to them and allows them to kind of express their personality in their glove.
Yeah, and that's what really caught my attention was on Instagram. I was seeing some of the designs of some of the gloves. I was like, wow, that's really, really fascinating that you can make a glove the way you want it and stand out, because a lot of our players now want to stand out.
Oh, definitely, yes. I would say a large part of our customers, especially our custom customers, they want to be seen on the field. It isn't just about the game anymore. It's hey, how am I going to look on the field, and look what I'm bringing to the field along with my skills. Check out my glove.
That's right. And I know pros are going to ask, hey, what's in it for me? Explain to them what's the advantage or incentive for getting in partnership with Nokona.
Well, with our players, we're not the biggest company in the world, so we're not out there offering them thousands of dollars to wear our product like some of our competitors do. But what we're offering them is outstanding world-class product, but also the fact that they're supporting Americans. I mean, America is, baseball, apple pie, we go back to that. And so it's that tie where they're using a glove that is truly American, like the game it is itself. So we like to think of our players as authentic players, because a lot of those players have grown up with Nokona from all the way back to T-ball maybe. So we've got a good group right now and really proud of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what you do. And then you do belts too. You do other products as well. Talk about that.
So that's a very unique item that I kind of laugh, because we started introducing about 5 years ago a product called Show Belt, and we were marketing this belt that was customizable directly to the MLB players, and all of a sudden it kind of caught on, and we've got a sister factory out in Phoenix that we make and have been making those belts for the past 4 years. Our capacity has gotten to the point out there where they came back to us and said, we need some more capacity, so can y'all start making belts in Nokona? Well, that was funny to me, because we're in our 98th year in business, And in our little town, in the past, we've had several boot factories, Western boot factories, but probably 6 different belt factories, some that had been here for 40, 45 years. And after 98 years, we're finally making belts here in Nocona. These belts are super, super cool because the players and the teams design these, again, to express their personality. We use all the exotic leathers. We use patent leathers. And we've just sent belts out just this week to the Baltimore Orioles. And then we're working right now on a set of belts for the Twins. We'll be doing some of the Rangers belts later this month. So it's something exciting to us because we've always loved making ball gloves. But now we've got something fresh that's new to us and kind of invigorates everybody.
Yeah, I saw the belts. It's got the number. You can put your, design on it, and shiny too.
Yes.
People love it.
They're called show belts, literally show belts. And so just like the customized gloves, you can go to Nokona.com and you can design your glove any way you want it, 3 or 4 different styles, types of construction, and then you can go in there and design you a belt as well.
Yeah, it's a great product that you have, and it's something that's going to last you forever. Tell them that, hey, this is not something that it will only last a few years.
Right. That's another thing is that we pride ourselves in that our products do last. We've got a very good warranty program, and we take care of our customers. It's not like we're in China or somewhere and just you can spit it out there and not worry about who's going to be wearing it. These people, they can come to our factory if they want to and pick up a glove or talk to us about their glove, find out what needs to be done to it. So we're very proud of that.
We're rounding third base and we're almost home. Guess what? You got yourself some Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, also purchased a great glove from the Nokona Baseball Glove Factory, and you got a new home right there at CTC Me Mortgage. You worked extremely hard, and now you need to kick back and relax. And guess what? We got you covered for that too. Go ahead and visit PushPinAdventures.com. Again, it's PushPinAdventures.com. Make sure you reach out to them. The connection there is Monique. She's going to take wonderful care of you. Whether you need to go ahead and get a great cruise, you don't want to cook Thanksgiving dinner, she's got you covered. Guess what? You want to get a great deal on travel, she's got you covered. Monique has you covered. All you got to do is kick back and relax. Reach out to PushPinAdventures.com. Let Monique take care of the rest for you. You work too hard. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, and enjoy the rest of this wonderful content here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. Without further ado, let's continue forward with the Nokona Baseball Glove Factory. Let's go.
Yeah, and is there any other type of players besides a pro, maybe semi-pro, or any other players that if they wanted to give Nokona a chance and use your product, are you open to that?
Certainly. Yeah. We have a few college teams that wear our gloves, and college teams, those are usually the teams, and all the decisions are made by the university. But we do have some college teams, and particularly in women's fast pitch softball at the collegiate level, we've really got a pretty good following there.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know you mentioned that you have the 100-year anniversary coming up real soon. Is there any little snippets that you're going to have for somebody who wants to celebrate?
Well, hopefully you'll get a picture of our 30-inch glove. We have a 30-inch glove hanging up here in our museum. And so we've got a new machine that we cut our gloves on now. And at the time that we made that 30-inch glove, it was the largest glove that we could make. There have been rumors that a 6-foot tall glove may be in the works for 2026. I won't go any further than that, but we're looking forward to getting through that process.
Yeah, that's awesome. And any other goals that you have for Nokona that you have professionally and for the employees going forward?
Well, we just hope that we've had a kind of a renaissance over the past 15 years, and we just hope that that continues to go and that we can go into our second century and be as strong, 50 years from now or 100 years from now, whoever's running the company, whoever is in our little town. And it's all about, like I say, our folks here in town, our folks out in Phoenix, and Americans that take care of us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Continue success, continue doing what you're doing. And we appreciate you joining us here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. And thank you for your time.
You bet.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.